Thank you, Elena, and thank you all for being here. I know there's a lot of competition for your time and energy. I want to just talk about these three things. So you can listen for 30 seconds and leave, or stay for the next person. So really, really critical to use data for action. We collect a lot of data, we look at a lot of data, but it should be transformative and it should lead to action. If your data does not lead to change in action, you don't need to collect that data. So let's make sure we're doing that. Secondly, evolving programs based on the clients. Really listening to the clients. What does that mean? That means you have to talk to the clients. Sometimes we just perceive to understand what the clients need. This is very much listening to the girls, adolescents, and women and evolving the program based on their needs. Really working with age-segmented approaches, doing something very special for 9 to 14-year-olds, 15 to 19-year-olds, and 20 to 24-year-olds. And then I'm hoping what comes out of this week is us talking about integration of health services, great, but let's really talk about the integration that we need to change the lives of girls, adolescents, and young women. And that's integration of health with justice and education and opportunity and economic opportunity. And that's really what DREAMS is about. It was an issue with high rates of infection, now you just heard, in women compared to young boys. And really designing a program specifically for young women, all structural interventions addressing each of the specific needs of young women. Now, I was a biomedical person. I came out of research. So this was a big leap of faith to use all the information that you have brought on what impacts young women's lives and bring that to scale. So where are the DREAMS countries? These are the sub-Saharan African countries with high prevalence of HIV and particularly high prevalence among young women. Again, 5 to 14 times young men's rates of prevalence. So what does the package look like? The young woman is in the center. DREAMS stands for determined, resilient, empowered, AIDS-free, mentored, and safe young women, showing that each aspect of that program must be there and addressing their needs every single day. And so with the girl at the center, we also understood we had to bring the community with us. Young girls are being raped in the community. So the community has to wrap around their arms to provide protective environments on the way to school, back to school, on the way to get water, and the way to go shopping. In addition, reducing the number of the sexual risks, ensuring that we have a boys and men program, which we do, but this money is focused on girls. And then really ensuring that the teachers, the education, the government all has services focused on the young women and listening to the young women. Why is this important and why did I talk about rape and what I just discussed? Because this is the rate of coerced sex for young women and boys. And you can see the young women rates shown in the dark blue range everywhere from about 15 to 20% all the way up to 50%. These are the number of young girls whose first sexual experience was coerced or rape. And this is what we're really focused on, to bring justice, to bring awareness, to really listening to the issues that young women are facing and ensuring that we're bringing a comprehensive response that has a line through and directly through justice for the children. So what would you think we need to do in order to keep young women HIV-free? And again, it's all these structural interventions, ensuring that every young woman is in school. I was excited yesterday to hear the President Kenyatta announce that 100% of secondary schools are going to be available for all young women and young men in Kenya. We heard the same thing from Ghana. This is what we should be asking of presidents every day, of what they're doing to ensure young women are in secondary school. Preventing early pregnancies, preventing sexual violence. If sexual violence occurs, to make sure it's reported, and also we provide comprehensive support to the young women. Reducing child marriage, child not brides, ensuring that we're integrated together in all of the issues that young women face, and making sure that in the end, it all moves towards economic opportunity for young women. And really ensure that there's that vocational training, there's this additional training to really ensure that young women have this full access. And how is this possible? It's possible when you do public-private partnerships. And it's possible when you put your resources where your issue is. So let's make sure to hold people accountable and donors accountable to invest in young women. And so our investment, $2 billion in the lives of young women in a full life cycle approach annually. $200+ million every year just in the DREAMS program. bringing together Johnson & Johnson, Gilead, and Vive and Girl Effects in a comprehensive program. Thank you. Oh, you wanted to ask me a question.
Yes, I do. Come back to the stage.
I was supposed to stay on the pink line. Thank
All
you.
right, let's walk back to the pink line. Please give another round of applause for Dr. Okay, so this week we're all about change and power, and so I want to ask you the question that we're all pondering: how will you continue to use your power for change?
I'm hoping coming out of this week, we translate this experience into a reality on the ground. And that's going to take all of us, including myself, to really ensure that we're meeting with the educational sector, that we're meeting with the justice sector, and that we're meeting with the small business and ability section to provide opportunities for young women. And that's on us to really bring those integrated pieces together all the time, ensuring that the voices of the young women, like last night, with us extraordinary, her voice, and making sure that her voice, and that we are actually bringing forward the voices of others that really have the ability to lead, and make sure everybody can see their ability to lead.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.